All right, there you have it. The direct examination of Dr. Daniel Wolf is done. Let's bring in our guest who is standing by this hour, national trial attorney Michael Jaafar. Michael, we heard inconsistent over and over from this expert saying that the tail light damage was inconsistent with the striking of an arm. The damage to the hoodie was inconsistent with a rear tail light going into it. What do you make of how he did on the stand? I mean, that's the opinion that the defense wants to get through to this jury.
I think he did a good job. This is the part of the defense theory in the defense case that I actually like. It's the very serviceable part of their defense, right? That the injuries sustained by John O'Keefe were not consistent with the pedestrian strike. I don't agree. I think that this expert, what they did was they showed the jury the fragility of the taillight. They showed them that it's possible for a taillight to be broken at those speeds. I think that the jury's going to go in. Listen, reasonable doubt is contextual, right? If somebody dies on Mars and there's only from a gunshot wound and there's only one other person on Mars with a gun, we don't need any evidence to know who killed that person. So it's very contextual. So that's what I think the state did to frame this case for the defense. They framed it by saying, look, they ossified the timeline, Julia. They said they down to the second, exactly when he left the car, within 20 seconds, he stopped moving. He was found dead. All parties agree that Karen Reed dropped him off past midnight and that he was found dead on the lawn at 6 o'clock in the morning. The only thing that they're arguing about is what happened in between, right? And so I think this expert right here tried to show that there's no way that he was hit by a car at 24 miles an hour, because look at how the damage is different. But all situations are differently. None of us know the angle at which John O'Keefe hit that vehicle. We don't know if any part of his body or torso was hit by that vehicle. All we know from the expert from the state is that his arm hit the vehicle. And if his arm hit the vehicle and his body did not hit the vehicle, then what happened? I think the juries are going to be looking at all of this. And at the end of the day, I think the jury will make the reasonable inference that if he was hit by this vehicle, he would have died. Because at the end of the day, you fall back and you hit your head and you suffer blunt force trauma. That's why I had a client die last year. Healthy young male, slipped and fell on stairs, hit his head, bled out within seconds. And so it happens more than people think. This case has all the hallmarks of a pedestrian strike. One of his shoes was gone from his foot. He was found dead exactly where Karen Reed's, the data from her car shows that she backed up. For the jury to believe that this was staged or choreographed by some mastermind who knew exactly where her car backed up. They staged it. They took his shoe off. They put him exactly where her car backed up. They took taillight pieces. They sprinkled them around his body. It's just too much for the jury to do. And I think that's why Hank Brennan focused on facts in this case, not innuendo. I respect the defense for what they did. This is the part of their case that I actually respect.